Copper golem myth busting in Minecraft. What happens if you try to spawn an iron golem and a copper golem at the same time? As you can see, it only spawns one of them. What about a snow golem and a copper golem? Well, this is the same. It will only spawn one. In this case, it only spawns a snow golem. What about if it's sideways like this? So I'm going to put the pumpkin right here, and as you can see, it also still just crafts the iron golem. But what if it's the other way around? So the iron golem's at the top, and then the copper golem will be at the bottom. This time it spawns the copper golem. Usually when you're creating a copper golem, you place a copper block on the ground and then a carved pumpkin on top. But does this work the other way around too? So I've got a copper block right here that's floating. I'm going to place a carved pumpkin underneath, and this does create a copper golem. Can a jack-o'-lantern create a copper golem? So this is a jack-o'-lantern right here, and it does also work. Will copper golems attack other golems or mobs? So I'm going to spawn some copper golems right here, and I'm also going to spawn some zombies and see if the zombies will be attacked by the copper golems. As you can see, the copper golems do not attack the zombies, and the zombies don't attack the copper golems either. This also goes to copper golems attacking other golems like the iron or snow golem. They don't attack anything. Do copper golems freeze? I don't mean in ice or snow biomes, but over time, once they've oxidized, do they freeze? Well, copper golems do oxidize, but there's no freeze mechanic. They don't just stand still or turn into a statue or anything. This is a myth, and it's busted. Do copper golems only work in the overworld? So this is a copper golem in the overworld, but will this work in the nether and the end? As you can see, in the nether, the copper golem does work. And the same goes for the end as well. Does the copper golem interact with buttons? Well, this was the case when the copper golem was first going to be introduced into Minecraft in the mob votes. Now, in the current version, this does not work, and it has functionality of copper chests instead. There's no code for the copper golem to do any redstone or button interaction. Can the copper golem be sheared like the snow golem? If you shear a snow golem, it turns into a snowman, but there's no functionality like this for the copper golem. Now that the copper golem's in Minecraft, does this mean we're getting the other mob vote mobs like the glare, the mooblem, the archaeologer, the rascal, or any of the others? Well, Minecraft have said that they have no plans to introduce any of the other mobs right now, but if they do fit in future updates, they may be introduced. So, don't expect the glare or any of those other mobs anytime soon, but who knows, maybe in the future if they can rework the functionality like they have for the copper golem. The copper golem can be turned into a copper golem boss mob if you create it similar to the wither. So you place the blocks like so, like you would for a wither or an iron golem, and then you get your pumpkins and you place them on top. As you can see, this won't work because it just creates copper golems. So this is a myth, and it's busted. Does the copper golem have a charged variant like a creeper, or does anything happen when it gets hit by lightning? This is not the case. As you can see, it's still just a regular copper golem. You can upgrade a copper golem in Minecraft, so spawn in a copper golem, and then apparently if you give it iron ingots, it will turn into an iron golem. This doesn't seem to work though, and neither does placing iron blocks, which is another myth. So these myths are busted. Does a swiftness potion make the copper golem faster? This doesn't seem to be the case, either for putting items into a chest or for the copper golem moving around. So I've done a bit of testing, and at least this is the case as far as I can tell. Unless I'm doing this wrong, it doesn't get affected by the speed potion or speed effect at all. If you use a name tag with the name Dinnerbone, it does turn the copper golem upside down like any other mob. So this is true.